What's up, guys? Iceman here. So, we're going to check out this video by Rax. I haven't been playing much of the PTR. My wives needed a bit more time from me, I think. So, I mean, I don't like playing the PTRs, is the reality of the situation, because it just spoils me, I think, with all the good stuff right at the beginning, and then I'm burnt out when the actual thing releases and I can't live the spiritual journey. You know what I'm saying? I feel like it kind of ruins that experience. So I played it just a little tiny bit, and I'll probably make another video or two on the PTR, but I've been saving myself, if you will, for when Season 5 actually releases. But yeah, let's see what he has to say about this. I've heard a few things about the PTR so far. I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of excited for Season 5. There's a couple ailments I have with it, but nonetheless, let's check this out.
Hi everyone, it's Rax. The Diablo 4 Season 5 PTR just launched. I played it for about 7 straight hours, and I want to tell you what's good and bad about it. One thing I want to clarify one more time is this is the public test realm. It's a month ahead of the season. The reason why they host this is so they can make changes. A lot of people were very upset that they didn't like some of the things that Blizzard did, and that's totally fine. That's why we give feedback, and that's why we're here, essentially, on the PTR. Let's get into it. So, what did I like about some of the changes that they've made? Well, there's new combat choices in the options menu, which are super nice. So down here, when you go to combat text options, you can check exactly what you want to see. Did you ever see that stupid vulnerable damage buff appearing?
Oh my god. Yeah, I didn't know that it had that. That's actually quite helpful, because I go to the dummies and stuff and I try to test out my damage, and it's sometimes hard to tell which is which, and if the overpower damage actually even happens with minions. I don't know. Do you guys know if overpower damage happens with minions? Let me know in the comments.
Everywhere, and it just cluttered your screen. These new options are super nice. I love them. There's new codex icons. When you go in, it's much more beautiful now. They're actually using different colors. Can you imagine that? I thought the only color that Blizzard had was red, but now they have different colors, and it just makes the game look better. So that's nice. The new beam with the new UI, with the new sound for the mythics, is very, very nice. They showed that in
that's epic.
PTR, how it's purple. There's a huge purple beam for it.
I love the look of the beam.
Sound. That's really cool.
Look and sound.
The world bosses, there was a sneaky little patch note at the end where they said world bosses were more resilient. I was there with a quad mythic unique Giga Chad Barb. He had a Shaco, he had a Grandfather, he had Starless Guys, he had Tyraels, he had everything. And it took like 8 100s, a full minute to kill the world boss. And so people that don't have like characters that are that strong, it's actually much more of a fight now. So this is a nice change. I have no idea how hard the world bosses would be if you didn't have super strong characters. It might take the full 15 minutes. So
they're still going to die in just a couple minutes in general, I'm sure.
A full 1 minute fight. So it's going to be interesting to see how it goes going forward. A lot of people are reporting that using a lot of the uber unique.
The open world in Diablo 4 really sucks big you-know-what. And I think they might have made a mistake with making it a sort of open-world MMO type of game. In fact, I think the PoE 2 dev, that one top guy in PoE 2, didn't he remark on how that kind of solidified their decision that they previously made anyway to have PO2 not be an open world MMO, but rather a sort of isolated world like what Diablo 2 is, and what Diablo 3 is, and what Diablo 1 is. But I mean, let me know what you guys think about the open world. I just feel like it's such a freaking waste. I mean, I think they should have maybe a Diablo clone walking around the open world, just maybe packs of goblins here and there. I don't know. But they need to do something with the open world, because it sucks.
Now with Andariel, so it's a lot of the new builds actually works very well and synergize as well, so that's a nice change. The minion AI is significantly improved, so when you run around on your Necro now, I can also show you the beam here as well. The minions are noticeably much more aggressive.
I noticed that with mine.
Something that I have been absolutely begging for.
The minions with the Necromancer, they sucked dick. There's really no other way to put it in terms of their aggression. Like, you had to actually curse the enemies first for them to even attack the damn things. It's like, what the hell do I even have you here for? So I'm very pleased. I haven't tested this out yet. I'm going to test it out in a future video. But I'm glad to hear that apparently it's going okay with the minion aggression.
It's interesting. We have the Seneschal. We have the Seneschal thing that's no longer in the game, right? Could that be a hint that they might possibly be coming to the game? Let me also turn on the sound here, and while I'm here, I can show you the purple beam as well. Let's enable the sound. Let's turn it up a bit. Okay, let's go here. Let's drop an Uber Unique on the ground. Watch this. So first of all, the UI is much better. Okay, watch this.
Oh my god!
Right?
No,
So
just kidding.
really
But yeah,
cool,
I think that's a great
different
thing.
look here. You can see it looks completely
beautiful.
different from the
I love it how they're purple.
legendaries.
Let's see if it highlights it again.
Nice little dopamine hit
I love that
when it
shit.
finally drops. Let's turn off the sound. I want to show you the new minions. So what I kept saying about Diablo is I wish that Blizzard would massively buff minion AI to make them much more aggressive, because they're so stupid. They're always in the back. They're doing absolutely nothing. And I would even be willing to take a massive damage reduction if they would just fight. But now, as you go through and play it, it's actually significantly better. Okay, so let's just walk forward here, and you'll be able to see that. See how they're actually getting in there quickly now, whereas before, see them run ahead and hit that thing. They're actually borderline with me. And
Yeah, the problem is they never
fighting,
get ahead of
and now
you.
the
They always
golem has
just
a
stay
leap
way
attack.
behind. That's the worst
There
part.
he goes. He jumps on in, and you can see, look, my minions are actually ahead of me fighting. So that's a significant
Okay.
improvement.
Yeah, they're moving
that.
ahead a little bit now. I mean, they used to not at all. It was
Poor
horrible.
character. Okay.
You were just
The boss
completely vulnerable.
resummoning, people tried it. They absolutely love it. Now you don't have to reset the instances all the time. The consolidated whispers. In the Helltide, they put a lot of the whispers right on top of each other. So you can actually get the 10 points and turn it into the tree. It feels a lot better. You can do it a lot faster. They did improve tempering. There's less choices on some of the manuals, so
I'm
it's
pleased to
easier
hear
to
this.
get what you want. There's new manuals, so you don't have to make a rogue to get your critical strike damage. There's more rolls on greater affix items, which kind of helps the problem. But I'm not stupid, guys. I know it still needs to be fixed. Additional work needs to be done. There's still hardly any control over our RNG with this.
So with the tempering, I think that what they should consider doing is having each temper option like isolated for a skill. So like it's not like either you increase the size of Blizzard or Meteor, because then you're going to get the skill that you're not even going to use, and you're going to completely break your item potentially. Whereas if they had like a specific Blizzard temper, or even cold tempers for that matter, but Blizzard temper where you could either increase the size or the damage or the duration, then at least if you don't get the roll that you want, you could still have something useful. You know what I mean? I think that would be a good fix for tempers. I mean, I think it's a good thing that we can break the items. But yeah, the RNG is really weird with it, because you like constantly get the same damn stat, just a different variants of it, and there's something really odd with it.
Still need help. You got no argument from me there, but it is better at least. Here's some general things I don't like. When you're boosting, you don't get the full codex of power. I spent 20 straight minutes boosting level 100 sorcerers and salvaging their gear to try to fill out my codex. They also don't give you the manuals. We need that as well. Then getting into the actual game, the re-rolling system is still far too brutal. I think this is one of the core problems with the game. They started me off with 250 million gold. I lost 107.
Yeah, this is a PTR. Why the hell do we have to farm all the items and the upper ends of the codex? It's just, they should give you that shit. Then we can actually test out the end game and all that. It's just odd how we have to still farm it. Like, what the hell? Do these people even play the game? You know what I mean? It's just, why the hell do we have to farm stuff in a PTR?
70 million gold in 30 seconds. And all I wanted was to get 3 chain lightning on my gloves to try to play the new class, and I couldn't get it. It almost cost me all of my gold. And casuals maybe don't even make 170 million in a season. It's still a major problem. It's a problem in how much it costs, and it's also a problem for how impossible some of the affix weightings are.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure about that. I know most of you will probably agree with what he's saying about the whole how expensive it is as you continually re-roll an affix, but I almost feel like that's part of the fun, is actually finding the item with the +3 to chain lightning, rather, instead of just knowing that you could just roll it eventually. Because that does kind of take away from the item chase when you know you have a free stat on a piece of gear, for example, and you can just keep rolling it and rolling it and rolling it until you get what you want. I feel like it's a bit more interesting when you actually have to grind your ass out to find it. Whereas if it were just cheap for gold, it seems like it'd be easily attainable, but I don't know. Because, yeah, it is really rewarding finding gloves, for example. Like in my case, I wanted gloves that had +2 to skeletal mage, or was it 3? I can't even remember at this point what the max was. And when I finally found them, it was such a euphoric moment. Especially the fact that I found them with another decent mod already on them. But if I were to have, say, just found any old random pair of gloves, and I was just like, oh yeah, I know I can just cheaply roll +3 to skeletal mage onto these, then the chase would already be over, you know what I mean? So, and these things do just increase the numbers, so it's not all that interesting of a thing, but it increases your numbers a bit more, but nonetheless, it's a chase, so I don't know, I think... I don't think it's that bad of a way that it's like almost impossible to attain this stuff with gold. But let me know what your thoughts are on that. But yeah, I like the item chase, all right? But I mean, I'm from Diablo 2. I'm from that era. I'm a boomer. Some of you guys don't know that. But I've been playing Diablo 2 since it was released. And, you know, I've been playing it for 25 freaking years, all right? And I still haven't found a Tyrael's Might. I still haven't found a Templar's Might. I've only found like one Zod rune. The whole time I've been playing it, I've only found like one SOJ the whole time I've been playing it. You see what I'm saying? So like the item chase and a treasure hunting game, I just like that. But if it were just cheap, you know, we'd already have the damn thing then. So I don't know if that's a good idea to just cheapen it, maybe have it at a set gold, right? You could just keep re-rolling the damn thing until you get your stat, then it's just game over. You know, I feel like I'd rather find it, but what are your thoughts on that?
You just never get it. I'm sure people will post in the comments about their negative experiences with that. It's you got to take another look at it. They've already nerfed it like 2 or 3 times. I still think it's crazy. One thing about doing the quest to unlock the infernal hordes is the guy is so slow, man. I was 3 screens ahead, and then the quest mark icon would update behind me and be like, "Oh, come 3 screens back to do the quest." It's got to be redone, man. It's just so annoying, and it makes the cool RP lower part just feel terrible. Another thing is the class balance seems off. Like usual, barbarians seem to be destroying. I made the chain lightning sorcerer. Admittedly, my sorcerer isn't perfect, but it doesn't seem anywhere near as good as a barb. People are saying druids are not performing very well. So I'm going to have to take a look at this in great detail and probably make another video. I can't figure it all out in 7 hours, but I'm going to test it for a full week and make a tier list or something, and we'll talk about that. Okay, now let's get into the most important thing, the Infernal Hordes. So the Infernal Hordes is the new game mode where you run through, you stand in the middle, and a bunch of things attack you, and they wanted feedback on it, so here we go. Let's start with the good things that work about it.
All right, so that was the stuff that he liked and disliked so far. I'm going to react to a couple more videos like this, but I'm curious what you guys have to say about that stuff. What do you like and dislike about the PTR so far? What do you think should make it to Season 5? What do you think shouldn't? I know they nerfed something. Some people are pissed about that. The whole immortal sorcerer, and I was actually on the road of immortality with my sorcerer, only to find out that, yeah, they're going to take it away to where your cooldown for Flame Shield, for example, isn't going to start until your Flame Shield itself expires. So you can't just have a permanent invulnerable Flame Shield on constantly. That's just one of the many things. And of course, so now we get to revert back, and we can't be that invincible sorcerer. But on one hand, it makes sense. Why would you... It doesn't really make sense to be a completely invincible character, you know what I mean? But of course, you had to really work to get there, which was kind of the fun part. But yeah, I'm curious what you guys have to say about that. I'll be making more videos on this topic. Comment below your thoughts on the matter. What do you think about the Infernal Horde so far? I'm going to do a little bit more research here. Welcome to the Research Institution. It's right here. If you want to fund the research, become a patron. Links in the description below. More videos to come. Peace be with you.